Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we found Hawk, and she introduced us to her Grey Warden friend, Alistair. The Alistair Therin, hero of the Fifth Blight. I think Aenor... Internally, she is fangirling so hard right now. She has such admiration for Alistair.
We should get to that ritual tower in the western approach, ideally before it lives up to its name.
Fingers crossed. Oh, there's so much. I'm gonna leave that until last. Yeah, who's leading the Wardens right now?
You mentioned Warden Commander Clarel. Is she behind this?
She's the one who summoned me and the other wardens to Orlais when we started hearing the calling. I don't know her well. She's a mage. Smart, careful, determined. The sort of mage the Templars told me to keep a close watch over. Makes her the best kind of warden, or at least I would have thought so. Maybe the Templars aren't wrong about everything.
Do you think she's being mind-controlled somehow, though?
Do you think she's helping Corypheus willingly, or was she duped?
Clarel would never serve something that looks like a darkspawn willingly. I heard about an advisor of some kind. Maybe we'll learn more at the western approach.
And what exactly do the Wardens know?
Corypheus was held in a warden prison, right? So the Wardens should know all about him.
You'd think the wardens would share information with each other, but they're really big on keeping secrets. Maybe they think some knowledge is too dangerous, I don't know. I only found out about Corypheus after I started digging for information. Even then, it wasn't much. For most wardens, he'd be nothing more than an old legend, dead long ago. If they knew of him at all.
Yeah, and can you tell us about the Grey Wardens?
What's it like, being a warden?
Oh, it's wonderful. You get fresh peaches delivered every morning, first choice of local village girls, and bunnies too. Well, maybe it's not that. Not even close to that. I watched my brothers die at Ostagar soon after I joined. I never thought I'd see wardens kill themselves.
Oh, This would be breaking Aenor's heart. She has such love for this order.
Why were the Wardens trying to kill you?
When Clarel started talking blood magic and demons to deal with the calling, I said it wasn't a good idea. First, it was awkward silences, some coffee. But when I mentioned Corypheus, things really went wild. The warden mages said I was interfering, called me a traitor. Funny how often that happens to me.
Maybe you just have one of those faces, Alistair. Maybe you just have a very treacherous-looking face.
You were there, weren't you? You helped fight the Archdemon.
I'm going to be answering that question for the rest of my life. Yes, I was there. It was big. The Hero of Ferelden was brave. But that was 10 years ago. What have you done for us lately, Alistair? New times. New problems.
And speaking of the Hero of Ferelden...
Was the Hero of Ferelden involved in all this?
No. She left before any of this began. A mission of her own. Something personal. We Wardens don't live that long. The calling I spoke of, the real one before it went crazy. Eventually it killed her. Thing is, when we killed the Archdemon, we discovered that might not be as set in stone as we thought. So she's searching for a way to end the curse. For us both. Maybe for us all.
I love how he speaks about her. Oh my god, my heart. This question makes me cry. So I'm gonna save this one till last because it's my favourite. You know, I think it's pretty well known that Artin and Alistair are in a relationship, or at least that they're very, very close. You know, you probably more often than not see them together than apart, so yeah, why aren't you together?
The way you talk about her, I'm surprised you aren't still together.
Oh, there was a discussion, believe me. Someone had to look into the rumors about Corypheus. We didn't know what was involved at the time. She was going to stay to help, but we had a lead that couldn't wait. One of us had to go. And when I'm done here, we'll be together again. Forever this time.
My heart, it breaks.
How can the calling be stopped? Is that actually possible?
Grand Enchanter Fiona was once a warden, so I'm told, but had the taint completely drawn out of her. And there was also a warden named Avernus, who extended his life far beyond what should have been possible. So we looked into it. We weren't going to give up without a fight. And that's when we found a rumor that meant going deep into the West. It wasn't much, but we've done more with less. My love will find a way. I'm certain of it.
I love how he brings up Fiona, because bearing in mind, that's Alistair's mum. He doesn't know, but that's his mum. So when he says, oh, Grand Enchanter was let's try that again. Grand Enchanter Fiona was a warden, and she somehow had the blight completely drained out of her. He doesn't realise he's the reason why she was drained of the taint. It was him. Oh, and have you been happy?
Have you been happy with her in the years since the blight?
Happier than I ever dreamed possible. She's more than I deserve. And I hope I make her days easier as well. She was rebuilding the wardens in Ferelden while I hunted darkspawn left over from the blight. It was hard work for both of us. But we always had each other.
Oh, and this is why Artin is my canon warden. Because she's not my favourite warden. My favourite would be Lialda. To be fair, all of them are my favourite, but my favouriteest favourite is Lialda, my city elf, my Tabris. I absolutely love that character because she was the first warden I ever created. I said this at the time, I believe, during Origins, or during when I played through the City Elf Origin. I love Lialda because she has changed so much. She is a prime example of I guess how I've developed as a gamer, as a role player, because Dragon Age Origins was the first ever proper video game I ever played. I had never heard of role-playing. I had never heard of D&D. And I just created, generic attractive elf number 4. I just created her. I picked a random name from, from off the internet, I think. And off I went, and I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even realise that Shiani had been raped. Like, legit, I was paying so little attention to what was going on. Even when you meet Kaelan, and you literally have the option of saying, I killed a band's son because he raped my friend. Because I remember picking that. I remember picking that and thinking, oh, this line is so shocking, lol. It didn't hit me they're talking about Shiani. Like, literally, it was at the end of the game when I realised what happened. I think it was a completely separate playthrough. When I replayed it, I was like, oh shit, Shiani, this happened? What? Like, Lialda holds so many memories for me of discovering the game and falling in love with the setting and, falling in love with role-playing. Basically getting to the end of the game and being so disappointed, so upset because none of the choices felt like mine because I hadn't really given any thought into them. I hadn't been thinking what would the character do, because that's where I get the most enjoyment from. I get no enjoyment playing a game as myself. I find that boring as sin. If that's how you enjoy playing games, that's great. There is no wrong way to play a video game. The only wrong way is if you're not having fun. And for me, playing as Callista is boring. I do not find it enjoyable at all. I want to play as different people. I want to inhabit different people. And when I reached the end of the game for the first time, I sat there and watched the epilogue slides, and I was completely upset. I wasn't upset that the game was over. I was upset because it felt like crap. It felt like nothing I had done mattered, and it was a very hollow victory for me. But then I started looking into role-playing. I started looking up guides, looking up people playing D&D. That was how I got into D&D. And Lialda has developed so much. The character I created all of those years ago and the character I now play as are so different, and I love that journey. She will always be my favourite warden, but she isn't my canon, because the world state she creates I don't find particularly interesting. But Arten's, I do. Arten's world state that she leaves behind, I think, is one of my more interesting world states. And that's why I use her. And this conversation especially, just, it warms my heart so damn much. Do you think she could help us? Do you think we could call on Arten for some aid, please?
If she's been looking for a way to stop the calling, perhaps she could help us.
I'll give the information to your people in the war room. If nothing else, I'd like to warn her about Corypheus.
Contact the Hero of Ferelden operation available. Thank you, Alistair. Regarding the calling. So many refuse to speak of it, but how can we know it? How can we identify it if we do not share it? The calling is not a source of shame. The song that whispers in the back of my mind is no evil upon my soul, but the mark of a life well lived in service of a greater good. If all things come from the Maker, then is this too not part of his plan? Could it not be a gift, a final, haunting melody to send us into the afterlife with hearts open? Could this not be his song? It scratches at my thoughts, the music, almost a voice, at once unearthly and beautiful. I found myself humming it aloud a few days past. Where once it intruded, it now feels a natural part of my mind's course. It coils around memories I hold dear, training with Sir Keller, riding in the moonlight, my mother's face the last time I saw her, and inserts itself into them, so that I could almost swear that music, that sense of a presence watching and calling, had always been a part of what I remember. This is what the senior wardens warned us of, I imagine. I should not find it beautiful. I must remember the corruption and recognise that my mind is slowly losing the wit to differentiate between this world and that which would consume and destroy it. I must. I can. I will tell the wardens tomorrow. I have seen their looks. They already know, I suspect. I will heed the calling and go to the deep roads to die with the dwarves, fighting as a Grey Warden should. But if I am to die, after all I have given, can I not at least allow myself the pleasure of the song's beauty? The final pages of To My Fellow Wardens by Sir Marjorie Barron. Very beautiful. A very beautiful description right there. Now then, Alistair, I hope you don't mind. I am going to take your deep mushrooms. Because why not? They are mine now. Oh, I can't wait for Alistair to rock up to Skyhold. I really can't wait. It's gonna be wonderful.
I heard what he said. Hopefully we'll find some answers in the western approach. Though I fear what those answers will be. I've seen too much blood magic to ever trust where it leads.
And this is why I liked playing Amelia. This is why I have seen too many people play through Dragon Age 2, reach Dragon Age Inquisition, and were like, wait, what? What do you mean? I had a friend who played a blood mage hawk rather, in Dragon Age 2, very pro all blood magic. I'm sorry for all of the tongue fumbles. I'm very sorry, I'm probably thirsty. I'm gonna just take a sip. 1 second. Okay. Okay, we'll see if that's any better. What was I saying? Yeah, I had a friend who played a very pro blood mage, pro all magic. You know, there is never too much or too little blood magic. More blood magic all the time, 100% blood mage for life. And Inquisition rolls around, and no matter how you played Hawk in Dragon Age 2, They are always really like, oh, blood magic is evil. I hate it. Like, blood mages are the worst. And, you know, if you were playing a Hawk like that, you're kind of sat there like, wait, what? Pardon? I think BioWare kind of used the fact that Dragon Age 2 is being told by Varric. It's a story within a story. I've said this before. Varric could have been lying about Hawk. The actual champion of Kirkwall was a guy called Jim, who ended up drowning because he got, you know, completely shit-faced one day. He got really drunk and he drowned in the harbour. And so they made up Hawk. Hawk doesn't actually exist. They could have gone with that. They could have turned around and said none of Dragon Age 2 actually happened. It was all Varric talking out of his arse. And I think that kind of logic applies to... Oh, okay. I think that logic applies to Hawk's views on blood magic. That even if you played them as pro-blood magic in Dragon Age 2, it actually doesn't matter because in actuality, they're against blood magic. It's kind of shitty. I don't really like that, to be honest. However, like I said, I feel very lucky that how I played Amelia actually worked itself very well into how Hawk is. 1 second, I can't remember if I've... Okay, yeah, that's Plants vs. Zombies. I see you over there. Is Hawk following us? I guess not. Okay. Okay, fair dues. Okay, yeah, the camp seems to be up there. Yeah, I'm not going to go back to Skyhold right away. We have a camp to find. We still have stuff going on in Crestwood. Let's do a spinny spin. Can we do a spinny spin? There we go. And now we're back. Scream. And we just keep hitting. Keep at it. Whee! Getting back in there. With a bang. And spinny spin. Oh shit. Got him. And oh, buddy. To be fair, he has full guard. He might be fine. No running away. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. We're gonna find a camp in like a minute. We'll be able to refresh our potions. And you dropped something. How kind. How kind of you, sir. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's head up. But yeah, as I was saying, I got really lucky with Amelia. You know, Hawk expresses so much, you know, anti-blood mage, anti-Grey Warden rhetoric. And those were both things that I had kind of been working on with Amelia. And so it just lined up so well. Okay, good stuff. Excellent. Now then, let's see. Okay, so we have to go back and tell Charter. We have this Astrarium, and we have the wormhole. So let's focus in on them. Methinks also, whilst I remember. And bap. Anyone else missing anything? Doreen, you're fine. Yeah, everything's looking good so far. Back to me, yep. Okay, we're good. We're good, let's head on up then. Oh, to be fair, this isn't a proper path. It might not be around here. Yeah, no. Okay, where were we? Sorry about the interruption there. Hopefully I've remembered to cut that out. Where were we? Yes, how to get up here. Now that I'm looking at this, I think it would probably be easier to go down and around. I don't think we're going to be able to find a straight way up, so let's hop down. Actually, you know what? It might be easier to go from Caer Bronach. There might be a path this way, so... let's just fast travel to there. Also, Charter, I'm very sorry.
Well met, your worship.
Yeah, I found Butcher.
I found Butcher's corpse by the South Road. Red Templars ambushed me afterward.
Only our highest operatives knew he was coming tonight. I must inform Sister Nightingale we have a traitor.
Oof. Anything to report?
What's happening in Crestwood?
The villagers are glad to have us. We impose no levies and help train their guards.
Okay, that's good. We're offering free help. I approve.
I should be going.
Another time.
Indeed. We picked up a fair few war table missions in Crestwood. Yeah, I reckon we might be able to find a road from this angle better than, you know, coming at it the way that we were. Fingers crossed, at least. Fingers crossed. It'd be rather annoying if I never figured out how to get over there. Why do we have a pile of potatoes? Who is...
I feel safer riding out at night with no one dead rushing out of the dark.
Just because the Inquisitor closed the rift doesn't mean they're all gone.
I'll keep an eye out.
You should. Are you washing them? Are you cutting them? Are you making some potato soup? I don't... Whatever. Maybe the potatoes are their guests. Who knows? I could go for some,
You have something to say, mage?
If I had something to say, I'd say it.
That's it? I'd expect more from a man who can't stop talking about how clever he is.
And I'd expect no less from a brutish thug.
Better that than a pompous brat.
Oh, god damn it!
If we're going to fight at each other's side, we need to get along.
Tell that to Mr. Barely Concealed Envy Issues.
I apologize, Inquisitor.
Sir, don't apologize to me. Apologize to him. Apologize to him. Blackwall, you started it. You can't complain that Dorian is finishing it. God damn it. God damn it, you two. Work together, please. God, if you argue like this, the Red Templars are going to be able to hear us coming. They're going to hear us from a mile away. Why is there red lyrium here? Who did this? Oh, God. We have to deal with so much. God damn. And it's properly just growing. It's growing out of the mountainside like it has no shame. Hot damn. Who is that? That is odd. I want to see what these are. However, there's an actual path over here. Ooh! Hello! Regions in Crestwood completed. Nice. Oh, flipping heck. This is properly
Red
bad.
Templars ahead.
Well armed, even for them. Let's be careful.
Flipping heck. First things first though, is there something for me to claim? I would like to claim the thing. Hello? Oh, right here. Okay, 9 out of 10. The Guide of Felondin. Felondin sought someone to be his messenger and companion. The wind was swift, but Felondin refused to chain it. The people were loyal, but could not live where Felondin walked. Then the owl came to him and said, I am not cowed by darkness. Let me serve you, who also has no fear of night. Felondin accepted gladly, and took the owl as his servant, who thereafter helped Felondin guide the people through the passage of the Vale. From Animals of the People, as told by Elethan, keeper of Clan Tillahen. And this is a new name. It's always the keeper of the Gisharel clan. Huh. It's nice to see a little bit of diversity, though, I think, with our storytellers. Hello? Excuse me? You're right. And, grab him. So do a scream. Oh, more incoming. You know what? Can we do a spinny spin? Oh shit! Get in there. Whee! Oh, flipping heck, flipping heck. What's happening? What's happening? Just keep bapping. Keep bapping, girl. Also, okay. Can you do that for me? And guard up. Spin, spin. Whoosh. Flipping it. So everyone on the floor. Okay, you do know that you can drink, right? Oh, you can't apparently. Why? Why ever not? If you could scream for me, please. Get out of the way, get out of the way. I don't know what's happening. This is a really bad angle. And spinny spin. God, Blackwall, can you drink, please? Excuse. Oh, Blackwall, god damn it. God damn it, Blackwall. Varric, you had better be helping. I swear to God. Go. Can you do something, please? And then back. Spinny spin. And got up. Do that, please. Excuse you. Excuse you. Get on the ground. There we go. And you can as well. There we go. Just you. Aenor, do you want to... Can you run forward, please? There we go. Trap him. Spinny spin. Got up. And if he wants to get stuck, I'm all for that. He's properly glitched. Properly glitched. Flipping. Can everyone please get up now? Thank you. Flipping heck, guys. Flipping heck. Where is Dorian? Dorian, get your ass over here. And this is why we need to work together. This is why, so that we all don't just die. Flipping heck. Flipping heck. Anyone else? Anyone else? You know what? I'm gonna go over here because I am just about out of time for this episode. Now we're going to hide up here where hopefully the Red Templars won't spot us when I load back into the game. Now before I go, codex entries. In hushed whispers. Those who had been cast down, the demons who would be gods, began to whisper to men from their tombs within the earth. And the men of Tevinter heard and raised altars to the pretender gods once more, and in return were given, in hushed whispers, the secrets of darkest magic. Canticle of Threnodies 5:11. The fifth stanza of Threnodies is a complete retelling of the creation story appearing in stanza 1. The authors are clearly different, with notable disagreements on the nature of spirits and the ultimate cause of the second sin. This stanza lays the blame for mankind's corruption squarely on the old gods rather than on a flaw inherent to human nature. Therefore, historians believe a Tevinter author. Perhaps even Archon Hessarian himself wrote it. In the 11th verse, we see this illustrated most clearly. The demons who would be gods can be no one but the old gods. They are credited here not only with broaching the Golden City, but with gifting the secrets of magic to humankind. The implication is that without this instruction, these hushed whispers, no magic would exist. From The Chant of Light, a literary analysis and history by Sister Tessaria. Magic. Oculara. A skull set upon a staff. These macabre artifacts cause magical shards in the area to glow with magical radiance when a viewer looks through the eyes of the skull. Alexius was quite clear in his orders. We must scour the countryside to find more of the shards. Without them, the Venatori cannot claim the treasure our master seeks. For that, we need Oculara. Without them, the shards are nearly impossible to find, even if they are no longer cloaked by whatever magic hid them for all these centuries. There must be more tranquil in the area. The rebels abandoned most of them when they fled their circles. Remember, the skull will only attune properly if the tranquil is in close proximity to one of the shards, when the demon is forced to possess him. Even then, the blow must be delivered immediately. The Oculara produced from tranquil killed even minutes later failed to illuminate the shards when used. I trust you to continue... There goes my timer. I trust you to continue your efforts in this matter. Our master expects success. A letter found in an abandoned house in Redcliffe Village. So yeah, they were forcing demons to possess the tranquil, then immediately killing them, and that's the only way they can find the shards. Oof. Oof, that is rough. Red Lyrium. To answer your question, my lord, yes, I have indeed heard of this Red Lyrium of which you speak. A single piece of it surfaced in the eastern city of Kirkwall, and its influence alone was nearly enough to cause the city's destruction. As near as we can determine, it is regular lyrium that has been somehow corrupted. Those who have touched red lyrium, or even come near it, report... Pardon me, my voice just cracked. Those who have touched red lyrium, or even come near it, report that it sings to them, like whispers in the mind that slowly drive them mad. We do not know, however, what might stem from extended contact with the red lyrium. Madness, surely, but would there be a physical corruption as well? What would happen if a mage or Templar used red lyrium as they use regular lyrium? Far more disturbing is the fact that lyrium could be corrupted at all. Treat any red lyrium you encounter as if it were poison. Do not go near it, do not attempt to destroy it, and most importantly, do not attempt to use it. From a partially burned letter by an unknown writer, affixed with the Grey Warden seal. Ooh. Could Avernus have written this? Or maybe it could have been sent to the Grey Wardens, I don't know. Either way, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, hopefully we can deal with the Red Templars in the area. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.